Welcome everybody to today's edition of Focus, our daily video magazine for everything Tzivos Hashem related in Darchim Menachem. We are happy, we are glad and excited that you are here to join us today. Let us begin our journey. And as we do every day, we start off with a video of the Rebbe. And before we present the video, we ask you a question. Today's question is, what did the Rebbe do before leaving Shul when he was not next to the Aron Kodesh? I'll give you a bit of a background introduction to the video. There is an organization called Machane Yisrael, and part of Machane Yisrael, they have a division called the Machane Yisrael Development Fund, and the members of this fund, in order to be a member, you had to give a certain amount of money to Lubavitch. So there were a lot of people who were very, very wealthy. Actually, everyone who was part of this club was very, very wealthy. And the people who were part of this club would come and have a special yechidus with the Rebbe twice a year. The video we're going to see is one of those times that people would come to the Rebbe for Machane Yisrael Development Fund yechidus, and it would take place downstairs in 770. The Rebbe would speak to all of the members of the Machane Yisrael Development Fund. And then after he would speak to everybody, each person would come to the Rebbe and speak to the Rebbe privately for 2-3 minutes, whatever amount of time it was. They would kind of dress up 770 a little nicer. They would get moving walls, partitions, and they would line up the bottom of 770 to make it look nice and fancy. They put down red carpets. They had special folding chairs. So the video we're going to see is at the end of this Yechidus, after everybody left. And the only people that were in 770 is the Rebbe secretaries, and certain people that helped with the organizing of this Machane Yisrael Development Fund. Whether it was the shluchim of these people or people who worked on it from Crown Heights. Let us go to the video, and I want you to see what the Rebbe did before he left Shul, when he was not next to the Aron Kodesh.
Und da soll mit zuhören, hat der Rebster soll Reshit in alle Jeden von Gottes, la Zema, Gdeshe, Begula, Mitzvah, Shleimo, und manche sind dort mit den Zugehörigen zu Chag Apesach, Goshen Sameach.
Very, very nice. And again, the question is, what did the Rebbe do before leaving Shul when he was not next to the Aron Kodesh? By the way, if you ever see a video of the Rebbe, when the Rebbe would go to his place and he would pass before the Aron Kodesh, the Rebbe would touch the Aron Kodesh. A lot of time, on the way in, the Rebbe would touch it, and on the way out, the Rebbe would give a bit of a push, a little tug. Next time you see a video of the Rebbe passing by the Aron Kodesh, take a look. But if you know the answer to this question, ask your Rebbe. Tell your Rebbe, and your Rebbe might reward you with something special. Let's move on to today's lesson. It's actually a story. We didn't have a chance to do that in a little while, and we are going to focus on the story that's going to be published in this week's Hachayil, and it's called Back to Business. My grandfather is a Boyaner Chassid, but he has always felt a special connection to Chabad. We are Chabad Chassidim, but there are other Chassidim out there in the world. There is some Chassidim that are called Belz Chassidim, some are called Satzmer Chassidim, some are called Boyaner Chassidim. They have a different type of Chassidus. They dress a little differently based on their customs. So this story, the boy that's saying the story, is saying a story about his grandfather, who is a Boyaner Chassid. But even though he was a Boyaner Chassid, and his Rebbe was the Boyaner Rebbe, he always felt a special connection to Chabad. He loves talking about his experiences with the Rebbe, and telling us about the many Farbrengens he attended. Recently, he has become even closer to Lubavitch. He goes to Farbrengens at Heichal Menachem in Borough Park. Heichal Menachem is a moisid, an organization in Borough Park that spreads the teachings of Chassidus. So he would go to Farbrengens at Heichal Menachem in Borough Park and learned Tanya on a regular basis. He has also started visiting the Oyel every Motzei Shabbos and learns Chitas and Rambam. A few months ago, a friend of his came to him with a problem. My Parnasa is in a really bad state. I don't know what to do. What happened? Zaidi asked. Well, you know I'm an insurance agent, right? I help people choose the right insurance policy, and then I get paid a commission. He gets paid for doing the job, for getting a customer. Recently, the insurance company called me up and told me they don't want to work with me anymore. Now I'm stuck. Without this job, I have no way to support my family. Let's go to the Oyel, Zaidi said, after a moment. With the Lubavitcher Rebbe's bracha, I'm sure everything will work out. That Motzei Shabbos, Zaidi's friend joined him at the Oyel, where he asked the Rebbe for a bracha for his business. The very next day, my Zaidi's friend got a call from his company. We'd like to apologize for our call last week, they said. We'd be honored to continue doing business with you. Wow. This was a story that was given to Tzivos Hashem by a boy, 7 years old, a Chayil. His name is Tuvia Brol. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. The Rebbe is not limited by anything. If you ever have a question, you need help, you want to tell the Rebbe good news, you could write to the Rebbe, sending it by giving it to the Oyel, going to the Oyel. If you prefer giving it and putting it inside the Igros Kodesh, the Rebbe is not limited by any way you could connect and communicate with him. Yesh Rebbe Be'Yisrael, and the Rebbe will find a way. Beautiful. Let's move along to today's Mashiach Minute and Rabbi Munitz from Cheder Menachem, Los Angeles. Take it away.
In Yana Geula Moshiach, do you ever feel like your life isn't perfect? That's because we're in exile. In exile, nothing is perfect. We will only have real shleimus, perfection, when Moshiach comes. We say this in Musaf, on Shabbos, and Rish Chodesh. We ask Hashem to rebuild the holy temple, the Beis HaMikdash, and we'll be able to bring the Karbanos Kimitzvas Ritzonecha, like the commandments of your will. We will only be able to do Hashem's mitzvahs perfectly, exactly the way Hashem wants, when Moshiach comes. Still, we shouldn't think that since it's not going to be perfect until Moshiach comes, we shouldn't bother trying now. A Jew needs to do whatever he's able to do, and Hashem will make it perfect when Moshiach comes. We want Moshiach now.
Amen. Thank you, Rabbi Munitz. At this time, I'd like to remind everyone of their missions. There's a raffle taking place at the end of the week, and the raffle Tzivos Hashem takes place usually on Wednesday night or Thursday. So you guys want to make sure to give in your missions. Make sure you do them and you submit them with the app. Let's go to the riddle. Yesterday, we had a special riddle for you, and the answer is inside out. You see the word S-I on one side, D on the other side, and you have the word out in the middle. Inside the word side is out, and there's an expression called inside out, like your shirt's inside out. You shouldn't wear your shirt inside out, by the way. Some people say it's kosher l'shikcha. If you don't know what kosher l'shikcha is, ask your Rebbe. Let's move on to today's challenge. Today's riddle is he's and a forward slash himself. I wonder what this means. I'll give you some 10 seconds. I want to say a special thank you to Rabbi Ackerman, who gave me this one. If any of you guys have a riddle you want to give me in the future, let your Rebbe know, and they'll send it over to me. Got another 10 seconds to figure this one out. 3, 2, 1, and we'll move on. I want to take the opportunity, by the way, to remind you, today is Thursday. Motzei Shabbos is the deadline to submit your videos. I started getting videos last night, and I love them. I really, really, really do. I got some cool ones from Kita Hey. I got some cool ones from Kita Gimel. And Kita Vav, actually, I got an amazing one. I know that someone from Kita Dalet told me that they're sending it today. So, Kenai Nahara. So far, I have 25 people who reserved the chance to send in videos, okay? So that's pretty awesome. I want to see how many of you guys could bring in magic, dancing, cooking, making me a smoothie, designing, singing, playing music. Someone in Kita Zion sent me themselves playing music, games, origami, wiring, juggling, storytelling, balancing, woodwork. There's so much you guys could do, and I really can't wait to hear and see what you guys have in store. Motzei Shabbos is the deadline. Email it to me at programs@darcheimenachem.com, or you can have your parents send it to the WhatsApp or your Rebbe's WhatsApp or the Darchei WhatsApp, and we'll get it. I really want to thank everybody for joining today. We had a beautiful Farbrengen, and Emir Hashem, this will be the tipping point, to tip the scale and bring Mashiach now. We want Mashiach now.